Well, this is going to be interesting. What's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Quando Rond and Lul Tim. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lul Tim was the man who was accused of shooting and killing none other than King Von. I mean, I have to say allegedly, even though we've all seen the videotape, horrific footage since then. But man, there was a lot of rumors circulating this morning, man. There were posts made by a lot of different media and news platforms. I saw DJ Academics post it, and he even left it out there as a question because it didn't seem like it was official yet, but it definitely looks like there's some type of arrangements being made for Lul Tim to get bonded out. And it looks like it took place last night. So it looks maybe in the middle of the night, Lul Tim got bonded out. Now there's a whole bunch of people on their side saying welcome home Lul Tim and all that. But then there's people on his side that you would expect to be saying some things that aren't. So what I did do is research his information from when he got locked up. And man, I can give you the specifics. And there's definitely something hanging out there as far as a $100,000 bond. And before we get into the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this Lul Tim situation. Because like I said, there was a lot of stuff flying on social media, and man, let's get to the bottom of it. Now, I actually looked into the records, man, that they got there at Fulton County, and it tells pretty much the picture of what went down. Now, for those of you who don't know, man, let's slide back in time a little bit. Let's go back to November 2020, man, when all what broke loose because of King Von getting shot, man. It was a horrible situation. Everybody talked about it. And simultaneously, the information of the shooter came out quickly and swiftly to all the news and media organizations, all the hip-hop publications, bloggers like myself were talking about it. And it just became commonplace that Lul Tim and Quando Rond were going to be associated with this situation and the shooting death of King Von, right? Well, fast forward to last night, and it looks like, man, they tried to bail Lul Tim out in the middle of the night and without anybody knowing it. But it looks like, man, you can't escape the paper trail. So let's look at what they have at Fulton County, man, as far as the paperwork that they got on file or anything that they're showing that he might have been bonded out. So this is what it is. Now, as you see what we got here, man, we got his jail information, and you see this is Lul Tim. His real name is Timothy Leaks, and let's click on that. And then here you can see that we have his address blocked out. It's blocked out pretty much. And they've got, Savannah, Georgia, letting you know it's the same Tim that rolls with Quando Rond, and he's there for murder or whatnot. And you see here they got bond, man. They have bond, $100,000 surety bond. So that got me to thinking, man, what in the world, $100,000 surety bond? Now, for those of you who don't know, this is what a surety bond is. Made me look up a surety bond. So for those of you who don't know, a surety bond is simply a bond between three people, the principal, the surety, and the obligee. And it's just an in-between party that makes sure that the bond gets carried out or whatnot like that, man. So it looks like that Lul Tim is out on that type of stipulation. So in Georgia, they gave him a $100,000 bond, even though it's a murder charge, even though I know some people are going to be conflicted about that. Because in some states, man, for a murder charge, you actually don't get bond or something like that. You know what I mean? It varies from state to state because every state is its independent little thing, right? Now, what news does this mean for Quando Rond and his team? And why in the world hasn't Quando Rond said anything about it? Because if you look at his social media, he hasn't came out and said anything about Lul Tim being free. Maybe it's because he's trying to keep it a secret, or is it not really a done deal? Is it just still in the process of being complete? And that's what makes me question the validity of this story, man. It makes me wonder, man, just because there's a bond amount set there and it says there was a bond, was he really free? Because you would think that Lul Tim would pop up somewhere, or maybe, I don't know, man, with all the drama that's been surrounding this situation, maybe it is better for him to just fade into the background and not really let his presence be known. Because we do know there's a lot of drama associated with this situation in hip hop specifically. Like you've got whole different rap camps and teams and stuff that are talking crazy. And if you look for Lul Tim's social media, he's had social media accounts that have been taken down, or that he actually had to take all the pictures off and pretty much ghost the account. Even though they're still up, there's just no information or anything listed on there because, you know, to be honest, people were in the comments saying a whole bunch of stuff because, I mean, King Von had a lot of fans. And when you're the one person who's put out there as the person who is solely responsible for this situation, not saying that he was, we can always say allegedly because I don't know for sure, I wasn't there. But man, when your face is being put out like that, I'm pretty sure it would just make more sense to you know, chill and play into the background. Because I know if he got out on $100,000 bond, it was probably Quando Rondo who put up the dough for him to get out. I mean, I'm not saying that they were always broke, but you know, Quando Rondo, he comes from a struggle situation. Everybody's heard his story on Vlad and stuff like that in different interviews that he's done. But man, it seems like, yeah, he would have to be the person. I can't even think of anybody unless Lul Tim's family put up some type of collateral or whatever, because I'm sure $100,000, what is it, 10% sometimes or whatever, and that would be 10 grand. So I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. But as of now, this is what we have so far. There was a $100,000 bond, and Lul Tim, it's on his record, and we haven't seen him since. Now, there's a whole bunch of news about him being free. So eventually somebody's going to get a picture of him. The news is going to pop up. It's going to happen, man. Especially if he's roaming around or if he joins back with Quando Rondo and his crew. Because we don't know the stipulations of his bond. Like, he might actually have to be on house arrest. He might actually have to stay, you know, at the crib, like at set times, or an ankle monitor, and be able to go out just a little bit. But, you know, it's just a lot of people not speaking that you would expect to. And that's got me feeling kind of weird. Just as I'm doing this video, man, Quando Rondo's homeboy, D1 Louie, just put out a video of Lul Tim getting free, man. And he had a song to play with it. So I'm going to just leave this on loop so you can see this. And Lul Tim obviously is free. And they kind of rubbing it in everybody's face. Now, that is surprising, man, because at first I had checked all their social media accounts and I didn't see it, but now he just put up a video of Lul Tim getting free, and you could see him stepping out of the Atlanta detention center there with his hands out, you know, and everybody saying, you know, congratulating him home or whatnot. I'm sure we're going to hear more shout outs, especially like from Quando Rondo and them side, and especially from like the NBA Youngboy, you know, 4K Trey side of the house, because they've been very vocal about this situation ever since everything took place back in November. And we're just going to keep seeing where this goes. Now, that is an interesting turn of events, and I must say it surprised me as well. But hopefully you still enjoyed this video. So, man, what do you guys think, man? Now that Lul Tim's free, do you think he's going to play it low or lay low? Or do you think that maybe he's going to get back into the mix of it with Quando Rondo and them? Because it looks like he was free on his own reconnaissance or something like that. So, I mean, he didn't look like he had any kind of monitor or anything like that on him. He looked like he was just straight free. So with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.